Hi, Phil here. I'm the Ordinary Watch Guy. I'm very ordinary, but the watches are very special. Now, we're gonna do a very special Christmas Day video, and it's my tier list. I haven't done a tier list before, so just, hold on to yourselves and see if I can pull this off, because frankly, I don't know if I can or not. But anyway, let's see how it goes. Now we're going to give this a go, and I appreciate that there's a very, very strong chance that I've missed out one of your favourite brands. And if I have, I apologise, it's not deliberate, I promise. And there are going to be hot takes, and what's the fun in a tier list if there aren't any extreme opinions and things that people can actually feel strongly about? We're going to start with A. Lange & Söhne. A. Lange & Söhne are going straight in my God tier. I don't mind how people feel about A. Lange & Söhne. Some people have had good experiences, some people have had not so good experiences. I've had very good experiences with A. Lange & Söhne for watches. Oh my goodness. Give your right arm for Lange, wouldn't you? AP, they're going in the great category because basically it's all about the Royal Oak, isn't it? And at the end of the day, if you're not interested in the Royal Oak, what's AP got for you? They are becoming a bit of a one-trick pony, and I have heard negative things as well. I've heard negative things about Lange, but I've heard very negative things about AP and the way they behave in their boutiques. Breguet, I'm putting them on. No, I'm going to take them down, and that they can go to excellent. I was in Breguet in London, and the watches are just breathtaking. They really are breathtaking watches. Breitling, I think they're having a great year. I think Breitling are really rallying this year, and some of their dials are just gorgeous. Cartier, they've got to go in the excellent category for me. I would love a Tank. I would love a Santos. I don't have a Cartier in my collection. I was in Cartier in London. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, they've got to be on the list. Casio are a brand where it's very fashionable to just stick them in the God tier because they really are an everyman kind of brand that anybody can go out and get hold of and can afford. But I'm going to put them in great, and the reason why I'm putting them in great is because they're great, but I don't get massive excitement out of Casio. I'm really sorry. God tier has got to have like chills down your spine quality, and I can't say that I get chills running down my spine from Casio as much as I love my G-Shock. Chopard, you guys are fine. Christopher Ward are doing excellent, aren't they? They've just sent electrification through the market. They've put shockwaves into what is expected now, and they are just, for me, they've just put voltage through the watch industry, the way that they've come on in the last few years. And I love my Christopher Ward. I think they're making it incredibly hard for themselves to keep up with expectations and everything else that is surrounding them. But dear me, they are so hot right now. Citizen are great, and let me tell you something. Somebody hit me in the comments of one of my videos and said, mate, you've got to look at Citizen, you've got to have a look at what they're doing. And I took a look at the Citizen range, and I was like, whoa, they are seriously underestimated. And like their titanium range, their accessibility for what they're doing, my goodness. Citizen, I hope they get more props this year. Bell, they're almost in the bin for me now. Frederic Constant, you've been doing excellent this year, and if you love your Breguet feel but you don't have Breguet money, I would go straight to Frederic Constant. I really would. They are absolutely smashing it. Some of their watches are gorgeous. Glashütte Original, great watches, expensive watches, and you got to look at Glashütte Original and decide for yourself whether, if you were in that money bracket for a Glashütte Original brand new, Whether you would take it to them or you would take it to some of the other things that are in the same price band, Grand Seiko are excellent, but I'm going to put a but on this. Now, even with the gorgeous dials, and I love the spring drive movement, and I love their quartz as well, except for their bracelets. And we've got to see them respond to the comments from the market, from the customers about those bracelets, because if they put 50% of the effort that they put into everything else into their bracelets, oh my goodness, I think Grand Seiko could really sweep the board. Hamilton, sorry guys, I know Hamilton have got some strong supporters out there, and their khaki field watch is just like an icon, but it's just fine for me. I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry guys, that's just my take. This is my tier. Everyone else will have their opinions. Hublot, Hublot. Everybody's going to expect me to stick Hublot in the bin. That's the fashionable place to stick Hublot, isn't it? But I tell you what, I'm letting them out of prison. And the reason why I'm going to let Hublot out of prison is not because I like their watches, but if you're in the market for an overpriced, pretty grotesque, big, ugly watch, then Hublot have got you. And we need to have diversity in the marketplace, and Hublot give that. I wouldn't buy one. It's not for me, but that makes it meh. It doesn't make it get in the bin. I think Hublot also suffer from a certain amount of snobbery because they're one of the youngest companies out there. Ultimately, I think there is a place for Hublot. It's just not on my wrist. IWC, oh my goodness. They are fantastic, but they're like dinner plates. Oh my God, some of the IWC watches are so big, but they are amazing. They're quite, Mojave Desert is incredible. The Top Gun series is fantastic. Jaeger LeCoultre in excellent. I would love a Jaeger LeCoultre, honestly. I really would. I really do like their watches. Longines, you guys are excellent, with a caveat. I think that the Longines catalogue is too big now. I think the range is too wide, and actually I would like to see Longines slim it down a bit. I really would. I would like to see Longines just focusing on some of those stunning, outstanding watches that they've got, and just offloading some of the meh watches that they do have in the catalogue. Nomos Glashütte is such a fashionable brand to say they're brilliant, they're amazing. And I realise that's because they do their own movements. Their movements are fantastic. Their finishing or their quality is incredible. And, the pricing is really, really compelling. But I'm sticking them in fine. And the reason why I'm sticking them in fine is because if you're not into that Bauhaus kind of Nomos look, it's the opposite of Longines in a way. They don't cater as wide as what they could do. Omega, I'm going to stick you in the excellent category. I just love Omega. I am such an Omega fanboy, and I can't help it. I can't help myself. A little bit worried to see those prices creeping up, and what has happened on the price of a standard Moonwatch and Speedmaster over recent years has been a little bit insane, and Omega need to kind of, need to look at that. Okay, I'm going to stick Oris in great. They're just great. They're such a good company. Their watches are fantastic. Their attitude is so refreshing. I love my Oris. I've got so much more room in my watch box for more Oris watches. Panerai, I'm going to put you in meh. Believe it or not, there's a hot take. Panerai and Hublot on the same level. I just think Panerai are a bit ugly now, and I think that they've got to revisit their offer and what they do. I think the crown guards are ugly. I think they look dated, and Panerai have got to start coming up with something. Patek Philippe, God tier, and that includes everything that's happened recently around the Cubiturs. and what their chief exec said, you know what? I felt that the chief exec should have stepped down after what he said. I think that's such a slap in the face to watch enthusiasts. Patek have got to start listening to the feedback that they're getting around the Cubitus and take it on the chin, like grown-ups. I would rather have a Cartier Santos than a Cubitus, but at the same time, I really want a Calatrava. That's Happy Christmas from Bessie, by the way. Piaget, fine. Rado are about as met as it gets in my book. Not a thing that I want from Rado. Raymond Veal, I'm going to stick you in excellent. You are a resurgent brand. And the watches that are coming out of Raymond Veal right now are really worth looking at. And they've been an overlooked brand. They've been treated like a mole watch brand. They've been looked down their nose. People have been looking down their nose at Raymond Veal. And I think they're actually coming around with some stunning stuff. Here's my hot take for Christmas. Rolex watches are great watches, but building a relationship to buy the watch that you want, that can go. And most of the time, the people buying Rolexes are not watch people. The hype is not coming from inside the watch community around Rolex. It's coming from people who want to buy a status watch. And Rolex is perceived to be the status watch. Yeah, that's it. Big things need to change at Rolex. I think they're overexposed. Tag Heuer, Tag, you're great. And I think Tag are coming back. And I'm rooting for Tag. My first luxury watch was a Tag, and I'm here for Tag. And I really hope that they continue to push this surge. Love the Monaco. Prices are getting a little bit interesting over at Tag. Been seeing that a little bit. Just would like them to be a little bit careful around some of that. But love the Monaco, love the Carrera, and only, I just hope that Tag keep pushing forward. Tissot are great as well. Tissot are the mainstream Swiss brand that makes you second guess whether you should buy a micro brand. Their value proposition, the Powermatic movement, Tissot are absolutely outstanding, and I love them. They're in the great category for me. The value proposition is superb. Tudor, fine. You're fine. If you don't want a Black Bay, you've got nothing to get from Tudor. Let's face it. They are a one-trick organisation, and what they did around the pink Black Bay chronograph was shocking in 2024. That was a real low point, and if anything, that was enough on its own for me to take them down from great. They make great quality watches, but I'm sticking them in that fine category. Union Glashütte, they are great, but I want to see them launch in the UK in a big way. Their value proposition on their watches is insane. They've got these great watches that, this great Glashütte kind of background. I would love to see them in the UK. Their catalogue is fantastic. It's so worth visiting their website just to drool over some of their stuff. Vacheron Constantin getting the god tier. I got to have a great look at Vacheron Constantin in Milan, and they were just, oh my goodness, their perpetual calendar is just absolutely excitement worthy. And, if I had my lottery win, I'd be straight into Vacheron Constantin without a second thought. Zenith, my last on the list here, the Big Z Zenith. Great. I think they're such a historic watchmaker and such a heavyweight in the industry, and yet their marketing is so weak. What was that Range Rover crossover thing that they did? That was cringeworthy. It was disgusting. But do you know what? I do love Zenith. I love their open heart stuff, and I'm really, I really crave to have a Zenith in my collection, and I'm hoping that 2025 might have a Zenith in it for me, but we'll see. Okay guys, so there's the tier list. What do you think of it? You got things to argue about there? Hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for the support that you've given since I've launched this little channel of mine. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd be really grateful to you if you can just hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a like, help me with the algorithm, you know, and I'm going to be back soon with some more banging content. We've got some great things coming in 2025, some more watch reviews on the way, and I've got some other fun things, including a trip to Glashütte in Germany, and I'm going to take you there with me. So hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think with your comments below, and you know, why not check out one of my previous videos in the meantime, and I'm going to see you again in 2025. Have a great Christmas and have a wonderful, happy new year, guys. Stay safe. Bye for now.